This is Monopoly Season 2, Episode 4. We're going live here December 4th, 2023. Let's all get ready for some fun after I actually put one person's name in, but I didn't do.
Let's not say we did.
I know, right? All right, and here we go.
Sure.
Let's do the thing. There we go.
Yes, Monopoly, the world's most popular board game, is now Monopoly the TV game. Here comes the players. Red players, gold player AJ, and the green player Dion. Here comes Mr. Monopoly, Jason Meyers, and here comes our host,
Yes. Do not change the channel. It is that time once again for another episode of Monopoly right here on the MVG network with Grandma Studios. It is good to see everybody once again. I'm your host. That's pretty much what Travis sounded like when he was doing the intro. He clipped out a little bit, but yes, it's all good. I am your host, Turd Ferguson. It's good to have all y'all back. I know we missed out with you guys last week. But hey, we're back here again. We're ready for episode 4. We have got our champion back here with us. He comes back to us again with a total of $8,090. Please welcome back Scott McVay.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Good to have you here once again, Scott. And of course, those of you out there in TV land, you'll probably hear me reference him as Seffi. Or some other inappropriate nickname along the way, as we know him inside of our Discord group. So now let's just get it right. So Seffi, remind everybody at home where you're from, what you're about, what your dreams are, and when was the last time you peed the bed?
Let's see. Hayes, Kansas, working as a cashier at a hardware store. Dreams and ambitions to someday, just have fun. Last time I peed the bed, won't say.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. So I won't tell them about what you DM'd me the other day. Yeah, we'll leave it. Okay. So, yeah, you've got, like I said there, $8,090. You were able to take down our multiple-time champion, Scott Michaels, in the Battle of the Scots
I
last
remember.
game. So do you think you're going to have what it takes tonight to be able to be our second repeat champion?
Well, time will tell. All we can say is we'll see how it goes tonight.
And that is all we can see. We wish you the best of luck. Let's go ahead and meet your opponents. We start off first in the yellow podium. He comes to us from the state of Florida. It is Mr. AJ Richards. AJ, welcome to Monopoly.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you here. So I think you're going to have your hands full tonight up against Seffi. So go ahead and tell our studio audience out there that's watching where you're from, what you do for a living, how old you are, and what's your blood type.
I am a 30-year-old independent contractor whose blood type is positive, I believe.
Well, you don't sound very positive, so I'm hoping that you're feeling a lot more positive about your chances here in the game tonight.
Well, Seffi is a smart man, so I got my hands full with him.
Hey, that is full, and it's not just because of all the cheesecakes that he's eaten over the last week. So, AJ, we wish you the best of luck.
True.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Cheesecake's delicious, but yeah, best of luck
Yes,
to
it
you
is.
tonight there, AJ. And finally, over in our green podium, he comes to us from as Shedrick Weatherspoon Jr., more affectionately known as Shipbrick here at MVG, would say, the great city of New Jersey. Comes Gianni Peasy. Gianni, welcome to Monopoly.
Well, good to be here. Thank you.
It's good to have you here as well. So yeah, how long have you lived in the great city of New Jersey?
Pretty much all my life for the past 22 years. So
okay, so yeah, go ahead and tell us exactly what city they're in the great state of New Jersey. Now that we're going to get it straight.
it's Westfield.
Get your geography right, Shipbrick.
Mhm.
Yes, okay, so you're from Westfield. So tell everybody out there, what do you do for a living? What is your major in college? And if you could see anybody dead or alive, would you choose to be dead or alive?
If I could see, okay. I'm from Jersey, college student. I major in music industry studies. If I could see anybody, probably somebody. Actually, probably dead.
Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to rule that answer incorrect. I was asking you if you wanted to see them yourself alive or dead. So,
Oh, okay.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
definitely
Hopefully,
alive. But
hopefully your answers will get better along tonight. So, Johnny,
I
good to
will.
have you here and wish you the best of luck. All right, let's do the darn thing here. All right. As everybody knows, and I'll know even better once I get my crap together here. Yeah. What? Hey, get your butt off that board. Okay. So we are going to get started with this game. This is the acquisition round of our game. Of course, in our version here of Monopoly, there's lots of versions of Monopoly out there. We think ours is the best because we do lots of great trivia here. As we know, trivia that stretches the mind and makes us all a little bit smarter. It's not just true, false, roll a dice, or tell me if it's odd or even. So we're going to stretch those minds tonight, and who knows, by the time it's over, Seffi may fulfill that DM dream that he had about stretching something else. But we're not going to talk about that.
Don't forget about being the host's favorite.
What?
I say, don't forget about being over in the property because you're the host's favorite.
Well, so here in the acquisition phase, we're going to be going property to property around the board. They will be answering trivia questions. They'll be buzzing in here in just a minute to test those buzzers. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that now. So, Scott, go ahead and hit me with a shift 1. Fantastic. All right, let's clear that up. AJ, shift 2. All right, hold on. Okay, okay, you need to do shift 2.
I'm hitting it. I'm on the phone.
Well, that might be part of the problem right there because it's actually having you controlling my my
Okay.
flash player. So, yeah. Okay, let me look at. Oh, there's why. Hold on. All right, now try.
Oh, like this?
There you go.
There you go.
Okay. Somehow, I don't know how, but the
He didn't
shift
click
got
the shift
unchecked.
box.
No, it got unchecked. I'm telling you, it was checked before. Now you be quiet over there. Okay, and Gianni, go ahead and hit shift 3 for me. Fantastic. All right. So yes, as we were saying, we're going to be going property. I'll ask trivia questions there. If they get the question right, they're going to get the dollar amount you see there at the bottom of the property. If they get it wrong, they'll lose that dollar amount. Once we've made it through all 2 or 3 properties in that group, if someone happens to own all of the properties in the group, they will have the monopoly. We'll turn it their color, and they'll get the combined value of that. If there is not someone that owns all of them, then we'll go into a showdown round to where then they will need to get the correct number to go ahead, answers correct to go ahead and take over the monopoly from there. So, with that being said, and hopefully my speech gets better along the way, let's do this. Best of luck, players. We start out our game as always at Mediterranean Avenue. This is a $60 property. Here comes your first question of the evening. The Burmese is a variety of which household animal? AJ Richards.
Python.
No, I'm sorry, that's not the answer we're looking for. All right, Scott or Gianni.
A cat?
We were looking for a cat. Yes, cat is correct. All right, $60 coming over to you. Well done. All right, we now move over to Baltic Avenue. This is another $60 property. Next question. J.K. from the band Jamiroquai is the partner of which television? Oh, I'm sorry. Forget that one. That was not the one I meant to read. In which century did Alfred Lord Tennyson, you shut your dirty mouth? In which century did Alfred Lord Tennyson become the English poet laureate? In which century? AJ.
The 18th.
No, I'm sorry. That's going to cost you 60 again. Scott or Gianni? Gianni.
19th.
19th is correct. 1850 to be specific. All right, we're going to give you the $60 for that. And Gianni, you have got the Monopoly there, so that's going to give you the Brown property group. They're going to add $120 of combined value, gives you $240. We now move over to our light blue property groups, and we start with Oriental Avenue. This is a $100 property. Next question. Who succeeded Fulgencio Batista as the leader of Cuba in 1959? Scott.
Fidel Castro.
That is correct. Well done. $100 coming over to you. We now move over to Vermont Avenue. Another $100 question. In which decade of the 20th century was the first American football Super Bowl held? And that's Gianni.
1960s.
1960s is correct. $100 coming over to you. So we've got one for Scott, one for Gianni. We now move over to Connecticut Avenue. This is a $120 property. Here comes your question. Which actor stars in the Western film The Outlaw Josie Wells? Scott.
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood is correct. $120 comes to you. You're at $220. All right, now we are going to our showdown. So, Scott, you have 2 correct answers. You need 1 to take over the Monopoly. Gianni, you only have 1 property, so you're going to need 2 correct answers to be able to take this. AJ, you'll be sitting out here and watching. So here we go. Here comes the next question. In human biology, the scapula and patella are both types of what? Scott.
Bones.
Bone is correct, and you have taken the light blue property group. You have come $320 of combined value, bringing you up to $540. We now make our turn on to 2nd Street, and we start here our magenta property group with St. Charles Place. This is a $140 property with this next question. All players are back in. What geographical feature, beginning with the letter T as in Tom, is a river that flows into another river, rather into a lake? And that's Scott.
Tributary.
Tributary is correct. $140 for you. Gives you $680. We now move over to States Avenue. Another $140 question. Is the scientific symbol of the male a circle with an arrow or a circle with a cross? Scott.
Circle with an arrow.
Arrow is correct. Another $140 comes to you. You're up to $820. Now we move over to Virginia Avenue. This is a $160 property. Here comes your next question. In fashion, what are moccasins? AJ Richards.
They're shoes. Made out of snakeskin.
You are good with shoes. That is correct. $160 comes to you. You are at $40. All right. We have made it through all of the magenta properties. Gianni, you'll be sitting out here. Our showdown is going to be between Scott, who has 2 properties, so you need 1 correct answer. AJ, you're going to need 2 correct answers. So here we go. Hands on buzzers. In America, the Gettysburg Address was made during which war? AJ.
The Civil War.
Civil War is correct. And I do want to remind you, players, there is no money at risk here until someone winds up taking the Monopoly. All right, so that's 1 correct answer for you, AJ. You need 1 more and you've got it. Scott, you're still looking for 1.
Right.
All right, here we go. Next showdown question. What is the national airline of Germany? Scott.
Lufthansa.
I'm sorry, I cannot accept that. AJ, would you like a shot? AJ.
Lufthansa.
I'm sorry, I can't accept that either. Correct answer was Lufthansa. Lufthansa.
Lufthansa.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's continue on another question here. The pilgrims in Chaucer's Canterbury Tales were traveling to Canterbury from where? AJ?
Ireland.
Repeat, please.
Ireland.
No, I'm sorry, Scott.
I'll just guess Bath.
No, I'm sorry. It was London. London.
Oh.
Ah.
All right, we will continue on. In which decade of the 20th century did Yasser Arafat become chairman of the Palestine Liberation Organization? Scott.
The 1970s.
No, I'm sorry. AJ, you want to take a shot? Go ahead.
1960s.
1960s is correct. And AJ, you have taken the Magenta Property Group and with it comes $440 of combined value, bringing you up to $480. You've got a game. Now we make our way over to the Orange Property Group and St. James Place. This is a $180 property with this next question. Which actor battles aliens in the films Independence Day and Men in Black? Gianni.
Tom Cruise.
No, I'm sorry. That's going to cost you $180. Scott or AJ? Scott.
That's Will Smith.
That is Will Smith. All right, $180 comes over to you. Takes you up to an even $1,000. We now move over to Tennessee Avenue. $180 for the next question. The mountain range called the Southern Alps is in which country? AJ.
Southern Alps. Would that be Switzerland?
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you $180. You're down to $300. Scott or Gianni? That's Scott.
France.
No, sorry. It's costing you $180 as well. Gianni, you want to start or you pass up on it?
I'm not going to go for it.
All right. Correct answer there is New Zealand. Actually in New Zealand on the South Island.
Oh, okay.
All right. So that means we're now going to need to cut Tennessee Avenue's property in half. It's now worth $90 and it'll stay at 90 until we get a correct answer. So here we go with our next question. In food, non and soda are both types, and that's Gianni.
Bread?
Bread is correct. $90 to you. You're up to $250. We now move over to New York Avenue. $200 for this next question. Which pop singer had a hit in 1961 with Hit the Road, Jack? Gianni.
Ray Charles.
Ray Charles is correct. $200 over to you. You're up to $450. And we now have a showdown between Gianni and I believe it was Scott. You got the first one?
Yep.
Okay, so Gianni, you're going to need one correct answer to take the Monopoly. Scott, you're going to need two. AJ, you will sit out for this one. All right, so here we go. Here comes your first showdown question. In human biology, are venules the smallest or largest veins? Gianni.
The largest?
No, I'm sorry. So, Scott?
It's got to be the smallest.
That makes them the smallest. All right, well done. You've got one, so whichever one of you gets the next answer correct, will take the Monopoly. What relation was Miss Ellie to JR in the American television soap Dallas? That's Scott.
I think that was their mother.
You are correct. It was his mother, and you have taken the Orange Property Group. With that comes $560 of combined value, and that takes you up to $1,380. We now make our turn onto 3rd Street, and we start with Kentucky Avenue. This is a $220 property with this next question. In science, how many degrees Kelvin is absolute zero? Scott.
0 Kelvin.
And you are correct. It is 0. 220 coming to you takes you to 1600. We now move over to Indiana Avenue. Again, $220 for this next question. In math, what A as an apple is the highest point of a solid relative? And that's AJ.
Absolute.
No, I'm sorry. That's going to cost you $220, taking you down to $80. I'll finish the question. In math, what A as an apple is the highest point of a solid relative to its base? Scott.
Apex.
Apex is correct. Well done. $220 coming to you. Takes you to $1820. You've got two of the properties. We now move over to Illinois Avenue. This is a $240 property. Here comes your question. In the animal kingdom, the hippopotamus is indigenous to which continent? AJ.
Africa.
Africa is correct. $240 coming over to you. Brings you back up to $320. So it's showdown time. Scott, you need one correct answer to take the red group. AJ, you're going to need two. Gianni, you'll be sitting this one out. All right, here we go with the next question. This one might be a little difficult, but let's see how you do. What are the first two letters in the Belfast postcode? AJ.
BF.
No, I'm sorry, Scott. You want to take a shot? Remember, no money at stake. Go ahead.
I'll just say BL.
No, I'm sorry. Take the first, take the last. BT.
Ah.
All right, here we go. Let's continue on. Next question. In which sport are the terms divot and apron used? Scott.
Golf.
Golf is correct. And you have taken the red property group. With that comes $680 of combined value, taking you up to an even $2,500. We now move over to our yellow property group, and we start with Atlantic Avenue. $260 here for this next question. In English literature, whose sonnets are written to a mysterious dark lady? AJ.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare is correct. $260 coming over to you brings you to $580. That's one for you. We now move over to Ventnor Avenue. Another $260 for this question. In geography, Abuja, and that's Abuja, is the capital of which African nation? Gianni.
Zimbabwe?
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you $260, taking you to $190. AJ or Scott?
Nope.
That one would be Nigeria. Nigeria. All right, that means we're going to need to cut Ventnor Avenue's property down in half to $130 now till we get a correct answer. In food, which meat is traditionally, used for the Italian dish ossobuco? Scott.
I believe that's lamb.
I'm sorry, no, I cannot accept that. That's going to cost you $130. You're down to $23.70. AJ or Gianni? Gianni.
Is that pork?
No, I'm sorry, cannot take that either. Taking you down to $60. AJ, you want a shot or you pass? Go ahead.
Veal.
Say again, you cut out.
Veal. VEAL.
Veal is correct. Well done. $130 coming to you. Takes you to $710. We now move over to, and that's two for you, AJ. We now move over to Marvin Gardens. This is a $280 property with our next question. Which member of the Bach family wrote the Brandenburg Concertos? Johann Christian or Johann Sebastian? Scott.
Johann Sebastian?
Johann Sebastian is correct. $280 coming over to you. You're up to $26.50. And it's another time for a showdown. AJ, you own two of the properties, meaning you need one correct answer. Scott, you only own one, so you're going to need two. Gianni, go ahead and sit this one out. Here we go with our first showdown question. Which of these three options is a tool? A hassock, a mattock, or a hut?
What was the third one?
So the options are a hassock, a mattock, or a hummock. AJ,
Mattock.
say it again.
A mattock.
Mattock is correct, and congratulations, sir. You
Ooh.
have taken the yellow property group, and with that comes $800 of combined value, taking you up to 15 feet.
Okay.
We now make that turn onto 4th Street, and we start with a very specific avenue. It is Pacific Avenue. Yeah, I'm sure y'all getting tired of that joke. It is a $300 property, and here comes that next question. In which game would you play with a double six and a double blank? Scott.
Dominoes.
Dominoes it is, and if you crack the shell, you get an emergency pizza. $300 for you, taking you to $29.50. We now move over to the home of our fearless leader, Brandon Scruggs. It is North Carolina Avenue. $300 here for this next question. In the Army, how many stripes or chevrons are there on a sergeant's badge of rank? Scott.
3.
3 is correct. $300 coming to you. You're up to $32.50, and you own 2 of these properties. All right, now we move over to the home of the president, Pennsylvania Avenue. This is $320 for your next question. In literature, what was the first name of the poet C.D. Lewis?
Repeat.
In literature, what was the first name of the poet C, and that C is in cat, Day Lewis? And the answer is not cat. Time. That's Cecil Day Lewis. All right, that means we're going to need to take that property value down in half until we get a correct answer. So it's now worth $160. In the animal kingdom, by what one-word name is the American prairie wolf also known? Gianni.
Gopher.
No, I'm sorry. That's going to cost you $160. You're now to a negative 100. AJ or Scott? Scott.
Coyote.
Coyote is correct. $160 comes to you. And you also own all of the properties already. So you take the combined value of $920, which brings you up to $4,330. We now move over to our final property group here in our acquisition phase. This is the dark blue properties, and we start with Park Place. $350 for this next question. Which television cartoon series features the characters Ned Flanders and Mr. Burns? Yanni.
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons. Don't care. $350 comes over to you. You're up to $250. And now we're to our final property overall. It is Boardwalk. This is a $400 property. Here comes what may very well be your final question of the acquisition. In astrology, in which 2 months could you have been born if your star sign is Aquarius? And that's Scott.
I think it's January and February.
January and February are correct. $400 comes to you. You're up to $47.30, and we are now to our final showdown. So Scott and Gianni, this is for you. AJ, go ahead and take a rest. You can get ready for the big money round. Whichever one of you gets a correct answer here first will take the final monopoly of the acquisition round. Hands on buzzers. Here comes your next question. Which American jazz singer was called the First Lady of Song? And that's Scott.
Ella Fitzgerald.
Ella Fitzgerald is correct. And Scott, you have taken the dark blue properties. $750 comes to you, and you're up to $5,480. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at where we stand right now. Gianni, you have one property group and $250. In second place, we've got AJ. You have two property groups and $1,510. Scott, you are in first. You have a total of 5 monopolies, and you're at $5,480. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go into our commercial break here, and as we do, these players are going to be using some of that money to make upgrades, adding houses and hotels to their property. And when we come back, we are going to be doing that big money round. 15 minutes to find out who's going to go on to play for 50,000 right here on Monopoly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Monopoly. And as we go ahead and take a look at what has happened while we've been away for commercial, you will see a lot of houses and hotels have been put up here on the board. As you know, for those of you that's been watching our series here for a while, of course, it costs you $50 for every house. You've got to be able to build evenly. And once you've got 4 houses on each one, then you can spend an additional $50 for a total of $250 per property to take it all the way up to a hotel. So with that, we can take a look and see that Gianni is still in third place right now. He spent all of his money, so he's at 0. AJ spent almost everything he had, and he's at $10 and in second place. And Scott right now is running away at 1980. But as we know, anything can happen at any moment in this game because, of course, there's those often looked forward to and sometimes dreaded hostile takeovers on the railroads that can pop up at any time. But to find out if we're going to be able to hit any of those things, it's time for us to bring in my very good friend and co-worker here. He is our season 2 Mr. Monopoly, doing a great job for us. Everybody welcome in Mr. Jason Meyers.
Yay!
Thank you.
I tell you, you're making the top hat and tails look mighty spiffy there, sir.
I'm just glad I haven't tripped over them yet.
Well,
I say this now.
Well, I know. I'm just glad that Kitty's not grabbed a hold of the tails and pulled you back in behind the
She
dingboard.
tried. She tried. I had to leave my dressing room about 5 minutes earlier than she expects.
Well, she does that. One of these days, we're going to have to tell her we're going to take her on a date and drop her off at the Big Showdown studio and leave her there.
Right.
But yeah, we're not going to talk about that any further right now. So
Right.
good to see you back again, Jason. So you got the dice ready, I'm assuming.
Yes, sir. Right here in my hand.
All right. So, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we are here now in the big money round. We play 15 minutes here in our big money round. Players are going to be going around the board, making lots and lots of circles, hopefully. If they land on a property that belongs to them on the dice roll that comes from Mr. Monopoly, then they will be given a trivia question. If they answer it correctly, they will win the rent amount for the upgrades that are on the property. If they get it wrong, however, it won't cost them anything. It will then become a toss-up question for the other 2 players not originally involved. Those players, if they can get it right, they will win the rent money, but caution, get it wrong and you will lose the money. Of course, you see some other nifty spaces out there like our chance and our community chest. We'll draw one of those, see what the card says. And of course, as we mentioned, we have got those hostile takeovers on the railroads. But to find out what's going to happen, all we can do is get ready to start rolling those dice. So, of course, players, hopefully you're ready. And ladies and gentlemen out in the audience, hope you're ready. So let's start the big money round. Jason, whenever you're ready, hit us with that first roll and the timer will begin.
1 and a 6 for a 7.
All right, 7. And that's going to take us to chance already hitting one of these. So we take our first chance card, and it is an advance 2 card. And this one is going to have us advance to Oriental Avenue. Go figure. So we're just going to take one step back with that one. Okay. So, yeah, right. So with that,
technically
now
that was
players-
around the board.
Exactly. So players will be pass and go and all collecting $200. And as I said, we've landed on Oriental Avenue, Mr. Monopoly.
That indeed. And since Scott owns it, that's $550 at stake if he can answer this question right. Good luck, Scott.
All right.
All right, Scott, here's your question. The flesh of which animal does a hippophagist eat?
Okay, the flesh of some. What was the term for the person who's eating the flesh again?
It was a hippophagist.
Hippophagist. I'm going to say. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Time is up. So AJ or Gianni, you can buzz in again. And there's AJ.
Human?
No, I'm sorry. And that's going to cost you with that hotel. That's going to cost you $500 and, well, excuse me. I got to take off a 0 there. $550. You're at negative 340. Gianni, you want to take a shot at it?
No, I'm not
All
going
right,
to.
correct answer there. That's the flesh of a horse. Go figure.
Oh, okay.
Ugh.
Oh.
All right, Mr. Monopoly,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
right.
another roll before we all start puking.
At least it wasn't glue when they tried to eat it.
No, that would be nails. Okay.
That would be a 5 and a 6 for an 11.
All right, big 11 there. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Now we have hit community chest. So let's go ahead and draw the next community chest card. And it says advance to the next property. So we will be moving one over. That's Tennessee Avenue. And here's what it says. The owner is going to receive $100 per house or $500 per hotel. So that is $500 going into the bank of its owner, which is Scott McVay. Takes you up to 2680. Congratulations there. All right, Mr. Monopoly, next
Nice.
roll, please.
How often does that happen?
It just
Hey, get back in the 4 and a 4, and it's doubles. 4 and 8.
all right. We've landed on Atlantic Avenue.
And AJ has a chance to get back on the positive side. It's 1150 at stake.
All right, good luck. Here's your question. Who played the policeman trying to stop Wesley Snipes in the 1993 film Demolition Man?
I have no idea.
Time, so this now toss up for Scott Gianni. Scott.
That's Sylvester Stallone.
Sly himself. 1150 comes over to you, Scott. You are now 3830. Mr. Monopoly, there's another roll.
5 and a 1 for a 6.
And that takes us to North Carolina Avenue.
Oh, Scott, you're racking up the money. How about 1275 more if you could get this question right?
All right, here comes your question. The delphinium flower gets its name from its supposed resemblance to which sea creature?
Delphinium. It sounds like it might be a seahorse.
No, I'm sorry. Toss up for AJ and Gianni now. Again, the delphinium flower gets its name from its supposed resemblance to which sea creature? Gianni.
Dolphin?
Dolphin is correct. 1275, sir, comes to you. You're up to 1475. Well done. All right, next roll.
5 and a 1 for a 6 again.
All right, you like that 6. Ooh, and we've hit luxury tax. Tell them about it.
Oh, that's one of those penalty spots. Players, unfortunately, you have to pay $75 to the luxury tax. But if we land on free parking, you can get it right back.
That's right. All right, hit us with another roll.
3 and a 6 for a 9.
There we go. Something different than. All right. And of course, we have pass go, collecting $200 there. And we have again hit chance.
Interesting.
All right. Our next chance card says go back 5 spaces. So here we go. Let's count together. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5.
Gotta be kidding me.
Okay. So
Monopoly, the card drawing game.
that's right. Now, that's
Thank
actually
you.
funny. All right, we now draw a community chest card, and it says the following. So, yellow player, this is coming towards you. You must make building improvements. It's going to cost you $50 per house and $250 per hotel. You, of course, have a total of 6 hotels. So that is going to cost you $1,500. I'm so sorry. So we're going to take that away from you, taking you down to negative $1,750. Ouchie. All right, Mr. Monopoly,
Ow.
please don't hit chance or community chest again.
I'm not making any promises.
Here comes a 5.
6 and a 4 for a 10.
Ooh.
All right, we go around, and we've hit the electric company. Tell them about it, Mr. Monopoly.
That's one of our 2 utility properties where a single roll of the die could determine how much this question is worth. Since I rolled a 10, it's worth $1,000. Good luck.
This is a big one, players. Here we go. In science, what term describes dissimilar organisms living together in a mutually beneficial relationship? Players, you're going to kick yourself. That's symbiosis.
Oh, dang
All
it.
right. So we're at about 8 minutes left. Next roll, please.
6 and a 3 for a 9.
There's that 9 again. And that takes us to Kentucky Avenue.
Well, Scott, here's a chance to get that money back plus interest. $10.50 on the line.
All right, Scott, here's your question. In the human body, gingiva is tissue from which part of the mouth?
Sounds like the gum line.
Gums is correct. 1,050 comes over to you. You're up at $5,005. All right, Mr. Murphy, hit him again.
Another 9, 6 and a 3.
All right, you knock it off right now. And that means we're going to jail, ladies and gentlemen. That'll throw you to jail. You will immediately pay $50 to get out, and we will have another roll.
Watch it be another 9. Nope, it's a 6. 1 and a 5.
Boy, would Mark Leota love to play right now. All right, we're at St. James Place.
Oh, Scott, you lost a little bit of money. Here's a chance to get 50 of it back plus 900 more. 950 on the question.
All right, Scott. Where would a Scotsman wear his tam o' shanter?
On his head.
He would wear it on his head. Well done. 950 comes to you. It's a 5905. All right, Mr. Monopoly, hit him again.
2 and a 1 for 3.
All right, now we're playing games. All right, here we go. New Avenue.
Scott, here's the other part of your property. This one's worth $1,000 for a question right.
All right, Scott. Which American computer company developed the first word processor in 1965?
First word processor. IBM.
IBM is correct. $1,000
Wow.
comes over to you. You're up to 6905. All right, Mr. Murphy.
Shut up, Mark.
Bow.
2 and a 6 for an 8.
All right, let's hit him with an 8 there. That's going to take us over to Ventnor Avenue.
All right, AJ, here's a chance to see some of the light. 1150 on this question.
All right, AJ. What was the name of the boy who climbed the giant beanstalk in the folktale?
Jack.
Jack is correct. 1150 comes to you. Brings you up to negative $615.
We needed that one.
Doubles, 4 and a 4 for an 8.
You like that double. All right, an 8. And that takes us to the short line. Tell them about it.
All aboard! It's time for a hostile takeover. One person gets this question right, they get a chance to take over somebody's property. Good luck.
All right, players, hands on buzzers. This could be a big one. In pop music, which former member of Take That had a monster hit with the song Angels? And that's AJ.
Oh, crap. George Michael.
No, I'm sorry. Scott or Gianni?
Sarah McLachlan.
No, I'm sorry. Scott, you want a shot at it?
God, it's a free guess.
Go ahead.
Oh gosh, I'm thinking it was God, Adam Levine. I don't know.
No, I'm sorry. Y'all are going to kick yourself. It was Robbie Williams. Robbie Williams.
Oh,
Who was that? That was a former member of Take That. That's who it was. All right. Next
Take
draw,
That.
Mr.
I
Monopoly.
never heard of that band.
there you go.
5 and a 4 for a 9.
Okay.
Here we
now,
go again.
I'm checking your pockets. All right, so you're going to get to $200 for pass and go, but then tell them about the income tax.
Oh, you got the 200. Now we got to take it right back. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, players, that's taken away, and Mr. Monopoly's going to hiss again. We're under 4 minutes remaining.
Doubles. It's a 2.
I was going to say, if it's 2 4s, we're fighting.
No.
We're at Oriental Avenue.
All right, Scott. Chance to get the money back plus interest. 550.
All right, Scott, here's your question. Which director's films include Beetlejuice, Batman, and Sleepy Hollow?
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton is correct. 550 coming over you. Get to 74.55. All I can say is wow. And who's moving on, Mr. Monopoly?
5 and a 4 for a 9 again.
My God.
Here we go again.
And we've hit Pennsylvania Railroad.
Oh, boy! Another chance at a hostile takeover. Get this question right. You can take somebody's property. Possibly, could be, maybe.
All right, players, here comes your question. In geography, crest and breaker are both terms used to describe what? Scott.
A wave.
It is the wave. So, Scott, now since you have this, you get to determine which one of the other players' properties are you want to attack.
Okay, let's see. Let's go for the magenta color from AJ.
All right, so we are going to start here at St. Charles Place. You're going to need 3 correct answers to take it over. If you miss one of the properties, you will pay the hotel price for that property, and it will go over to AJ. So here we go. First of the 3 questions you need. Which country does golf legend Seve Ballesteros come from?
City by stair. Oh, crap. Oh, God, this is going to kill me right now. Mexico.
I'm sorry, time is up, and if you just went on the name, it was enough to go with. It was Spain. Spain. I'm
crap.
sorry, that's going to cost you
It's
$750,
all right.
and it's going to give that
That's
$750
okay.
to AJ. And looky, AJ's saying positive numbers.
Yay! Give him some money. Yay! You can lose the money. Don't worry.
We have less than a minute and a half to go.
Doubles, it's a 10.
Of course it is. And that's going to take us over to Kentucky Avenue.
All right, Scott, you lost a little bit more money. Here's a chance to get it back. $10.50 on the line again.
All right.
Scott, the Church of Scientology was founded in which country?
It sounds like it would be the United States.
And it sounds like you're correct. Well done. 1,050 comes to you. 77.55. Another roll, please.
5 and a 3 for an 8.
There's that 8 again. All right, Marvin Gardens this time.
All right, AJ, a chance to put some more money on the board. 1,200 on the line.
All right, AJ. The seeds of which plant with the botanical name Papaver somniferium are used to top bread and rolls?
What was it? Poppy seeds?
Poppy seeds are correct. 1,200 coming to you.
Wrong person.
Hey, Wilson.
Yeah, it should be AJ, not Gianni.
Right. Next roll. And unfortunately, before he can read it, time is up. So with that,
was
let's
an
take
8, by the way.
Of course it was. All right, let's take a quick look here at where we stand. So at the end of our big money round, right now, AJ Richards is in third place at $1,335. We've got Gianni Pizzi has snuck his way up into second at $1,550, and Scott McVay is really just running away with this thing at $7,755. But here's what we're going to do. We are going to take our final commercial break of the night. As we do, we're going to sell back all of the upgrades that the players have made, add that back into their banks when we come back, and find out who's going to move on to play for the $50,000 when we go once around the block right here on your favorite board game. It's now a game show. That's right. It's Monopoly. It's time to find out who's going to win our game of Monopoly. And it helps if we do this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on Monopoly. This one is very anticlimactic, but we've got to do it, so let's do it. All right, so we have sold back these players' properties during the commercial break, and here are the numbers we come up with. And it's why it's important here. These players get to keep their money. It goes into their season-long bank for the 25 episodes of our regular season. And this, of course, will help us determine the 9 players that will then make it into our tournament of champions at the end of the season. So here we go. We start with the player that was in third place at the end of the big money round, AJ Richards. AJ, you had $1,335. We sold back all of your upgrades, which netted you an additional $1,500. And when we add that onto your score, you finish up tonight with $2,835. Next, we move over to Mr. Gianni Peasy, who was in second at $1,550. Gianni, we sold back all of your upgrades, which unfortunately only netted you $250. When we add that into your total today, you finish up with $1,800. And again, as we say, the anticlimactic, well, we come over to our current champion, Scott McVay, who finished the big money round with $7,755. Scott, we sold back all of your upgrades, which were a total of $3,500. And when we add that into your total, you finish up today with $11,255. Scott McVay, you are today's winner of Monopoly. All right, congratulations. We'll come back and talk with you in just a moment. But first, we're going to go over and talk to our other 2 players. We'll start with our third place player today, Gianni Peasy. Gianni, you finished up with $1,800. Man, things looked really good when you started off tonight. You were able to take that first Monopoly, and then just from there, the bottom fell out. Tell us what was kind of going through your head there in the acquisition phase?
I don't know. I've been so good in the first half, and I don't know. I guess might have not been the right questions. Tried to be quick on the buzzer, but at least they got one in there. So,
hey, this is true. And hey, you did play a good game overall. Normally, $1,800 would at least have you in the running, but of course, Scott McVay was a buzzsaw tonight and took you down. But I've got to ask, as I always ask, did you have a good time this evening?
of course.
Fantastic. Well, we'll hope you'll come back and see us again. Again, that $1,800 will go into your season total. And who knows, we'll see, according to the number of times you get to play, how that will hold up as the season goes on. So, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you give it up for Mr. Gianni Peasy. Great player. Great to have him here. And then next, we're going to make our over to our yellow player, Mr. AJ Richards. AJ, this is, again, your first time playing with us this season. Tonight, you come out $2,835. Again, really good showing. Some nights that would be enough to possibly eke out a win, but, man, Scott just was a lot tonight.
Scott McVay is a smart man, and I was doing decent in the first half, but the second half was what costed me.
And I would agree there with you. You had some really good properties. The magentas and the yellows are some really good property groups to have a hold of. But unfortunately, with Jason Meyers over there using those dice that only rolls 8s and 9s, unfortunately, it didn't work out in your favor tonight. Is there anything you'd like to say to Jason that we can actually air?
No.
Okay,
fantastic.
Good answer.
That was a fantastic answer. So, AJ, again, $2,835 goes into your season bank. Did you have fun playing tonight?
I had a great time. Thank you for having me.
Hey, it was great having you here. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. AJ Richards. Fantastic player with us here. So, of course, now we make our way over to our now two-time champion, Mr. Scott McVay. Seems like all we can do here at Monopoly this season is have Scotts be champions. But congratulations to you again there, Scott. $11,255. It really felt like as you were playing tonight that you were really kind of almost playing on cruise control.
Yeah, pretty much. Though I mean, just so happened I got the right questions at the right time. So that's what. And again, I'm just going to say these two guys were good players as well. I had to put a note because they got to the buzzer quicker at times than I did too. So there you go.
And hey, that is just the way it is. Sometimes the luck is all on our side, and it was definitely on your side tonight. But now the question is, will it be on your side as we go once around the block? All right, Scott. So we're walking over here to our bonus game. This is a chance where you can really start to stack on the cash here. So, of course, here is how this part of the game works. You are going to try to make your way all the way around the board. Okay, you're going to have some things that are going to hold you up along the way, and that's going to be some extra go to jail spaces. We don't just have the one up in the upper right hand corner. You're going to need to place 4 more, which we're going to do now. You're going to have to place 1 on 2nd Street, 1 on 3rd Street, and then 2 additional ones on 4th Street. So where would you like to put yours on 2nd Street?
Let's go States Avenue for my first one. That way I'm guaranteed a good first roll.
All right, let's go ahead and hit 1 on 3rd Street.
Okay, for 3rd Street, last time I did chance, that kind of killed me. So let's go with Illinois Avenue.
All right, Illinois. And then let's put 2 on 4th Street.
I always like to put one on a luxury tax. And my second one, I want to put that on community chest.
Community chest, of course. Well, I don't know with as many times as we've hit that tonight if that's a good idea, but hey, we'll find out how it goes as we play.
Hey, you never know.
This is true. You never know. So, okay, here's how we're going to play. We're going to give you 5 rolls to try to make your way around this board. For every space that you're able to make it around the board, we're going to give you $100 into your bank there in the center, and then we're going to ask you the question if you want to continue playing, trying to get the bigger money, or if you want to stop and take what's in the middle. If you decide to continue playing, we'll keep on rolling those dice. Now, if you're lucky enough to hit doubles, we will give you an additional roll to help you along the way. Now, if you ever hit the go to jail, of course, you're going to lose all of your earnings. If you can make it through and use up all your rolls, but you don't make it all the way to go, you will still get all that cash that's in the middle. But you want to make it to go or past it, because if you make it past go, we'll give you $25,000 in cold hard cash. But if you can be the first player that's ever done it and you can land exactly on go, $50,000 is yours. So, with that said, Scotty, you ready?
I am ready to go.
Mr. Monopoly, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Audience, I know you're ready. So let's go once around the block. All right, Scott. So Mr. Monopoly over there, he's got our rock and roller, just a rocking along. You tell him when to stop, and here we go.
All right, let's hope. I would like to get some doubles here. And roll.
3 and a 6 for a 9.
Of course. $900 for you there, Scott. So you got 4 rolls remaining. Your only bad roll here is a 4. Would you like to continue on, or you want to take that 900 and get out of here?
Oh, I have a good feeling here that I only have one bad roll. Let's go for it.
All right. It's only one bad roll, so rock and roller is fired up. Tell him when to stop it.
Okay, and now.
Here comes the 9.
It's doubles, but it's a 4.
Again? Wow. That's the second time that's happened like that.
I'm so sorry. Man. All night long, it's been 9s and 8s, and then here we go. We hit a 4. I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, we can't give you any bonus money tonight. But hey, the good news for you tonight, you are adding on to your total that you already have, $11,255. We add that on with what you already have, and I'm just going to try to do this math here. Should put you at $19,345 for the season. That number's
Nice. Yes, it does feel really nice there, Turd.
So based on my quick math, from what I can tell, that now has you up into first place for the season. So congratulations to you. And of course, you'll be back again on episode 5 next week. We look forward to seeing you then.
I can't wait to be then. And I'll see y'all next week.
All right. So, Mr. Monopoly, those dice, I don't know what's going on. I think we're going to have to call Amazon and see if we can't get a new set. I think something that's
Right.
or something. But yeah, so tell me, go
What?
ahead and break down tonight's game from the Top Hat and Tails section.
Well, while you go and search for the return policy on these dice, it started out strong going for Gianni, and then all of a sudden it became the AJ and Scott game with Scott taking the early lead, and he never looked back since. Unfortunately, the bonus round bit him in the ass again. Damn dice.
I agree.
Bit him in the ass and didn't even use a finger. But we're not going to talk about that. But hey, hopefully all of you out there that's been watching tonight, you're really enjoying this series of Monopoly, enjoying it as much as we're getting to put this on for you most weeks. I would say each and every week, but sometimes stuff happens. So we hope you guys really enjoyed it. We're glad that you are here supporting this channel here at MVG Productions. We couldn't do what we do without you guys. So thank you very much for continuing to support the channel and everything we do, whether it's recorded videos or if it is our live streams. Of course, make sure you come back and join us again Thursday night at 11:10 Central as Sorry makes its triumphant return to the screen once again for its 12th episode of the season as we make it to the almost to the halfway point. But again, make sure that you like this video, leave some comments, tell us what you think about the video, tell us what you think about the players tonight. Make sure leave something that's maybe a joke about Jose, because we love reading those. But make sure that you subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and again, continue to support this channel and the work that Brandon Scruggs and all of us here at MVG Productions and Grandma Studios continue to put on for you guys each and every week of the year. It is our pleasure to do so. But until we come back again to roll those dice and go once around the block to see if we can maybe give away some cash in the bonus game, he's Jason Meyers, and I was your host, Turd Ferguson, and you sure as hell aren't. We'll see you again here next time for another episode of Monopoly. Take care and bye for now.
It.